upcoming weekend this Saturday. Well, do we start with Hasim Rahman Jr.'s fight being called off with Jake Paul, or do we go to Vergil Ortiz and Michael McKinson? Where do you guys want to begin first?
Let's go with Vergil. Get that out the way.
Well, I think he should win this fight by a stoppage because Michael McKinson, and it's a good fight for him because Michael McKinson is a savvy southpaw and he's rangy. That's what he brings to the table. He's a rangy, kind of savvy southpaw, and all the best guys in the division for Vergil are boots switches from southpaw to orthodox, and Spence and Crawford are southpaws. Crawford switches too, but he fights most of his rounds as a southpaw. And so like I was saying, Ryan Garcia needs that Jojo Diaz fight to help season him for a tough southpaw and Tank Davis. This helps, not as much as I think Jojo would help Ryan, but this helps because this guy does some of the thing. I guess you could say he does some of the things a Boots or a Crawford might present in that he's rangy, southpaw. He just doesn't have he's not as dynamic as those guys. He's not the puncher those guys are. He's not as athletic as those guys. Yeah. But it isn't a meaningless fight for Vergil's development. This should help him get some looks because the style McKinson has can sometimes take advantage of a straight up and down, busy pressure fighter like Vergil. And so that this should help Vergil improve. But McKinson, he has leaks in his defense, holes in his defense when he opens up, and he's a 1 or 2 punch fighter. So Ortiz, I think he'd be best suited turning the pace up, turning the volume up more and more as the fight goes on. Yeah. Punch when the other guys punch it. And I think he should get him out of there in 10 rounds for Vergil Ortiz. And I really like Vergil.
And both undefeated fighters, but Mike only got 2 knockouts.
Right.
Vergil got 18 of his 18 victories.
And I see it being 19 of 19.
Yeah.
Styles make fights.
So the record and everything looks good on paper, but it might not be getting you ready for the Terrence Crawfords, Earl Spence of the world.
Well,
yet.
But it's a step in that direction because he's rangy and he's a little savvy and he's
he's heading north. Yeah. He's heading north.
Yeah. I still really wish he could have got Rashidi Ellis before he left Golden Boy.
You've been pushing that forever.
Well, he needed to look at that speed. You know, before he fights a Ennis or a Crawford.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Who's at 147 in the zone? Oh, is it one?
Rocha.
Rocha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's Vergil won't be uncomfortable with that kind of style.
That's what I said.
Yeah, he'll do his thing. It's levels there. Yeah, and then also in Golden Boy news, Estrada gets away from De La Hoya, signs with Top Rank. That made me a little sad because Oscar's from East LA, Senesia's from East LA. You'd hope they could have built something in that market, and but they go their separate ways. That's a good look for Top Rank because Estrada's marketable and she's one of the best fighters in the world.